Hi everyone, a big warm welcome to our digital event today. We're really pleased that you could join us. It should be a great opportunity to learn more about postgraduate study at DMU. My name's Steph and I work in the faculty marketing team here at DMU. But during the session today, we'll be discussing what it's like to be a student at the Faculty of Computing, Engineering and Media. And to do that, we've got some great guests. So we've got our Associate Dean International, Richard, and we're also joined by one of our postgraduate students, Prince. We will be answering questions throughout the live stream. So if there is anything that you'd like to know, please just pop a question in the comments box and we'll get round to it as soon as we can. Okay, so without further ado, Richard, I'll hand over to you to introduce yourself if that's okay.
Yes, of course. Hi, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. My name's Dr. Richard Cross. I'm the Associate Dean International for the Faculty of Computing, Engineering and Media. My responsibility is to look after international students, transnational education, and staff and student mobility all around the world. Great to be here.
Thanks, Richard. Okay, Prince, over to you if you could just introduce yourself as well, please.
Good morning. Hi all. My name is Prince Peter. I'm doing my master's in engineering management at TMU.
Thank you. Okay, so Richard, if we come back to you, would you be able to give us a bit of an overview of the history and the course offering within the faculty?
Yes, of course, no problem. Our faculty is one of the largest in the university. We've changed over the years. We started a long time ago in computing and engineering. Now we have a very broad offer that covers lots of areas in computing, which I'll go over in a second, lots of areas in engineering and sustainable development, and in our Leicester Media School. We've got around 7,000 students at UG, PG and PGR with PhD students. The largest of those schools is the Computer Science and Informatics, followed by the Leicester Media School and Engineering. So we've got a broad area of subjects, as I mentioned. So in computing, for example, we've got the more computer science focused programs, cybersecurity, software engineering, and then we go all the way over to games programming and some mathematics and business data analytics. So a very large sort of spread of computer-based programs. We've got a lot of research in that school focused around cybersecurity, around computer ethics, around artificial intelligence, where we've got UG and a PG offer. And then we've got into the Engineering and Sustainable Development School. At undergraduate level, we've got traditional engineering subjects such as electrical and electronic engineering, mechanical engineering. We've also got mechatronics and robotics, aeronautical engineering, which is growing both at UG and PG, and we've got energy engineering too. And at PG, we have more bespoke engineering focused programs, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, aeronautical engineering, as I mentioned. But we've also got things such as energy and sustainable development and sustainable focused in energy engineering as well. And sustainability focused programs there, both from an engineering side, from a technical side, but also from almost a social science and qualitative side as well, because one of the research institutes that we have in that particular school is the Institute of Engineering and Energy and Sustainable Development. And they look at everything from technical solutions to sustainable problems right the way through to qualitative and societal type problems. So they look at it from a sort of whole system perspective as well. And there are lots of other research that is done within that school, whether it's material science, whether it's nanoscience, whether it's electronics, electromagnetics, mechanical engineering, and surface engineering. And the final school is Leicester Media School. That's probably even broader in terms of the cognate offer than the other two. So at one end, we have things like film studies and journalism. And right towards the other end, we go towards far more technical subjects in media production, for example. Most of that school is focused on UG programs, and we've got some more UG programs opening up in September. And there's also a push for some more postgraduate programs in that particular school. In the other two schools, it's a reasonably even split between UG and PG. Overall, the faculty is the most research active within the university, and all of our teaching, whether it's in media school or whether it's in computing, is informed by the research that we do and by the research students that help contribute to all of our work. So hopefully that's a reasonable idea from an academic perspective of the subject areas that we cover across all of the 3 schools. And I'm very happy to take some questions later on or during this live stream. Thank you.
Thanks, Richard. That's a really great overview. Just going into a bit more detail, so would you be able to talk a bit about some of the faculty's USP? So what makes Chem at DMU different? So what makes our courses different to, say, studying at a competitor university?
I think there are a couple of things. One, there's a very big drive in the university for addressing the Sustainable Development Goals. We're one of the only academic hub for one of the United Nations Sustainability Goals, for SDG 16, and that's embedded through, or not just our research, but also our teaching. So we try and embed sustainability in the very broadest sense of the word and very specific case studies at both UG and PG wherever we possibly can. And that also extends to providing opportunities for our DMU global trips that also have aspects of sustainability in. But there's also the research that we do especially in computing and engineering, they're not just sustainable, sustainability focused, but we do AI and our cybersecurity research is very well respected. We're a national centre of excellence both for teaching and research for our cybersecurity, which is very few number of post 92s in the UK have both of those stamps from the National Cybersecurity Centre. And as I mentioned, we try and inform right from the beginning of level 4, year 1, to the end of level 7 in the masters, whether it's integrated masters or whether it's postgraduate masters, to inform all of our teaching and make it practical and vocational and applied. So when I was teaching, you wouldn't have seen me just standing in front of a whiteboard or standing in front of some slides of a PowerPoint deck, of giving you lots of theoretical aspects. We focus very much, and again, this is right across the faculty, on applied learning and applied knowledge, so that when we make you, so we can make you work ready as possible for when you graduate. And we help you all the way through that process. I know we'll get onto some of those aspects as we go through, but I think it's applied learning, real world problem solving, and the application of sustainability and important societal problems that we're trying to solve through all of our research and teaching. I think those are sort of 3 areas that I focus on.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Richard. And just to mention, I think now's a good time to talk a bit about Education 2030 as well. So at DMU, we have revolutionised the way that you learn. So we have something called Education 2030. And what it means is that you learn in a block format. So instead of studying multiple modules at one time, you study module by module and then are tested on that module. And we've had really good success with this. So around 90% of students have enjoyed learning in this way. What it does is it gives you more time for feedback and assessment at the end of each of those modules. It also means you've got more time to kind of enjoy other aspects of university life. So the De Montfort campus is really close to the city of Leicester. There's plenty of things to do there. There's lots of work opportunities. And what our block teaching as part of Education 2030 does is frees up more time for you to enable you to go and explore some of those other things alongside your studies. Richard, I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that.
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, it's very useful for the reasons that you said as well, Steph, and also that ability to focus and concentrate is important. But also the ability to apply the knowledge that you have in each block to the subsequent block or the following blocks is important, and to have that cohesiveness across that learning package. So whilst you are doing one thing at a time, so you don't have competing blocks, what I would say is important to do is maintain the understanding of how that learning fits together across the year or across the 3 years if it's a UG program. So it's important to not, it provides lots of opportunity, but it's important to not close off an area of learning in your head because you feel as though it's completed. It's important to understand and realize that yes, they're done one at a time, but they're all linked together in some way, whether depending on the cognate area. And it's important to keep that in mind as you're going through the block delivery process.
Thanks, Richard. And Prince, what have your experiences with block teaching been like? Have you found that it's a beneficial way of learning?
Yes, from saying to that, actually after my completion of my graduation, I want to join this course. I mean engineering management. So I searched for many universities in websites and to my friends, because I completed engineering and I have some experience in both engineering and management. So I wish to go to much higher positions in, and I want to get some higher positions in the manufacturing and engineering field. So um, I searched for this course actually. So referring to many people and my so many friends in abroad, they suggested me DMU due to its high reputation and basically the renowned MSc Engineering Management course of DMU. That's the main reason that attracted me. And the university's aim on its practical learning all makes me to this course. That's why I directly come to this course.
That's great. Thanks, Prince. And just before we move on, just still kind of talking about faculty, obviously, hands-on learning is a really important part of a lot of our courses. So would Richard, would you be able to talk a bit more about some of the facilities and perhaps also bringing in the new tech learning hub that we've had investment for?
Yeah, exactly. Coming to the facilities of De Montfort University, the main aim of the De Montfort University is the mix of both theory and practical, and give more importance to the practical way of learning. So there are so many facilities that our university is providing for the students that we should definitely use. One of the main facilities, Kimberlin Library. We can't continue without saying about Kimberlin Library. It's working 24 hours and it's having a huge collection of great books and great sources. Then then the DMU Global Facility, which arrange many opportunities to meet up with different people and different students from different regions of the countries. So and different theory, both highly facilitated labs and our classrooms all give more importance to practical type of learning, with a huge support from the De Montfort University first faculties. I can share one example. In the first time itself, I'm a foreign student. I'm an international student. I'm very confused when I came here. So I reached to the DMU facilities, the visa department and the gateway department. The members in there, they give that much confidence and that much confidence and support to me to get into different levels of application to the visa process, and all this ID card collection, BRP collection, all this they give that much huge support that makes me in this position to become the student faculty member and faculty ambassador. And I'm also the member of DMU racing community. It's all based on the support the faculties give to me.
Thanks, Prince. That's really good to hear. Richard, have you got anything to add? It'd be great to hear about some of the facilities specifically based in the faculty as well.
Yes, of course, no problem. Yeah, again, across all of the programs and all of the schools where equipment and facilities are used, we have the very latest, and it's a very high quality kit. So, for example, in aeronautical engineering, we have a flight simulator, and one of our researchers, senior researchers, has had a hand in designing the software directly for, and the company based in Austria provided an industry standard flight simulator for the students to utilize. There's Security Operations Center for our cyber students, where they use it in level 6. So they practice attacking and defending and looking at real life hacks happening around the world all the time through the monitoring. So they learn, again, very hands-on practical experience, applied experience that they're going to be using when they leave. And again, as an example, in the media school, we've had, together with the computing school, a huge investment from the Office for Students here in the UK for various types of media and user experience and computing programs in the broadest sense, to help with the learning experience, to help with the teaching experience, to help with the practical and work-focused experience that they'll be able to gain once they come here. So I think without sort of digging into each program, I think everyone should take confidence in that wherever we have technically focused programs that require facilities, you will have the very best collection of facilities for that particular subject area on offer that you'll be able to use from the first day that you arrive. And as you go through your study, if it's at UG, for example, you'll be using gradually more complex and more involved and more industry standard equipment, to the point at which when you leave us at the end of the UG program, or you leave us at the end of a PG program, you'll be ready to take all that skills and knowledge and ability into a job and be running straight away.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Richard. If we can now move on to a bit more about the pastoral care. So obviously coming to university as an international student, you might not have been to this country before. It can be quite overwhelming, a bit daunting. Student support is really important to us at DMU. We like to look after every single one of our students. And I was wondering, Richard, if you'd be able to tell us a little bit more about the specific support we have for our international students.
Yes, of course. Well, all of our students are designated personal tutor, again, whether it's at UG and PG. And that personal tutor is an academic that will, one, be able to support you from an academic standpoint, but also, very importantly, and this, as you mentioned, Steph, some of the pastoral care. So what they will be able to do is to point you in the right direction of the various teams around the university, either within the faculty or across the institution, where they can support you in any area that you need to be supported. So whether it's to do with accommodation, whether it's to do with financial, whether it's to do with anything else that will be able to help you with general well-being, there are trained professionals in each of those areas that these students can call upon should any challenge come as they're going through their study. But we also have, within the faculty itself, we have international student support officers. We have the Chem Advice Centre, which is your sort of go-to place for all sorts of administrative type queries that you may have as a student. We have, and I know we'll get onto this shortly, but we have employability professionals within the faculty that can help with placements, so they can help with work advice, CV advice, application advice, all of those things. So from when you first come to us, and I'll leave it to Prince to give some examples of his experience with us, but when you first come with us and register on campus to when you leave, we will support you all the way through, whether it's through your academic, whether it's through your pastoral, or whether it's through your ambitions for your work lives after you leave us. So perhaps Prince, over to you for some examples of your experience with us as a student.
Yeah, that would be great. Prince, if you can talk to us a bit more about the support you've received as an international student, and also, I suppose, how you found your international community. So have you managed to meet, other people that you've got lots in common with at DMU?
Exactly. The first support that I get from the university is from starting the application itself. When directing to the interview, coming to UK, coming from UK airport to Leicester, all these facilities are arranged by the De Montfort University. Our university has a dedicated international student support team. They offer guidance on visa requirements, immigration, and settling into the life in the UK. And they also provide me the pre-arrival support through online resources and guidance on accommodation options. And in the first time itself, when I came here, our university arranged a orientation program and welcome events to help all international students adjust to the campus life and the UK culture. Then the university already almost gave the academic support services tailored to the needs of our international students, and including the English language support and study skill workshop and all. There are almost many counseling and mental health support services arranged by the university itself for the students. They are that much long from their own family and all stuffs. And there are a dedicated career advice and support team, especially for the international students and for the home students also. There's a vast option of support services from the university. And there are different organizations and associations for the students coming from different regions. I'm also part of Indian Student Society, and they arranged many programs related to India, like we celebrated Deepavali, Onam, and all our Indian facilities. The same way they already arranged many other student support unions and associations for different students coming from different regions of the world. And coming to the student community at DMU, initially I already said that one day my ID card get lost, so I don't know where to. I want to complain. At that time I really go to the DMU student union, and they supported me that much very well. So for every cases, for every support every student need in the university, the DSU, the Montfort Student University, the Gateway members, and especially for international students, we don't want to worry. That much support is giving from the university for us, for all academic, career, and our extracurricular activities. That much support the university is providing for us.
Thanks, Prince. That's brilliant. So if we just touch on a bit about careers and employability, and then if we move to some kind of extracurricular stuff and a bit about Leicester. Richard, I don't know if you wanted to kick off or if you wanted me to do a bit of an overview.
I can do that. I can do the career stuff. Yeah, not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a career service and employability team within the faculty, and then what they will help you to do. There are two streams that they can help you with. One is to find a placement. For those at undergraduate level, that's the end of year 2, and you also have that opportunity at postgraduate level as well. And what they will help you with is they will help you to find a placement. They will help you to prepare for the application process, whether it's a CV, whether it's an assessment centre, a very competitive one, and they will take you all the way through the process. What they can't do, because these are private companies offering private placements, they can't guarantee placements, but they can guarantee to help you find one. But what I would certainly say, and my experience as previously as being a placement tutor, where I used to visit both undergraduate and postgraduate students that were out on placement, is that if you do decide to come to us, please take the opportunity to go on a placement. It makes a huge amount of difference, both for your learning, just in a general sense, but also the way of operating, because the way of operating as a university student is not necessarily the way of operating as a professional in a company of some description. And all of the people that I visited over the years that I was a placement tutor, they were all offered jobs with the companies that they were working at the placement. Now, whether that was an SME or it was a very large multinational, and they all, if my memory serves me correctly, they all ended up with the first as well, because it changes your mindset. It changes your mindset about expectation, and it makes a very large difference. And if that isn't your choice, and you wouldn't want necessarily to work at the company that you did placement at, the fact that you have 12 months work experience, proper work experience that you can demonstrate outcomes for, in addition to succeeding academically, really puts you in a very good place to find that opportunity that you want to pursue subsequent to your award. And we will help you with that. But I would say the earlier you can think about what you want to do when you come to us, the earlier and the more effectively we can help you. So don't leave it. If you're an undergraduate student, don't leave it till the second half of your second year before you start thinking about placement. Start thinking about it when you first come to us. And similarly, if you're a level 7 student and coming to a PG taught masters, think about it before coming to us and go and speak to the team as soon as you come. Because the competitive placements are, as I say, competitive. And anyone around the country can apply for them technically. So you need to put yourself in the very best position, whether that's an SME or whether that's a large multinational. And the best way to do that is preparation and thinking about what you want to do. So, and we will help you with all of that process. So please take advantage of the things that are available to you, whether it's employability or whether it's the sort of language support that Prince referenced earlier, or academic skills support, because it makes a difference.
Thanks, Richard. Yeah, just to add, there are so many, I think, diverse opportunities at DMU, and our careers team is award-winning for a reason. Their door is always open, whether you've got a small question, maybe you don't kind of know what role you'd like to go into, or you need assessment training. We've got VR headsets, we've got lots of kit to help you out there as well. But just on that and on the, I suppose, activities and the extra support we offer, we've had a question about the extracurricular activities that people can get involved with at DMU. And I know that within Chem, we've got some DMU societies that are particularly relevant. So I know we've got the DMU Hacker Society, which a lot of students across the courses get involved with. And of course, we've also got Demon Media. So that will give you opportunities to get involved with radio, filming, again, really enhancing your CV and increasing your employability in what can be a really competitive job market. Prince, I don't know if you'd like to talk about some of the things that you've kind of done alongside your studies while you've been at DMU.
Yes, there are so many actually. There is one day I attended one volunteering workshop at DMU. From that meeting, I got one option to volunteer at a charitable society, that's Leicester Wheels for All, LWFA. They are actually providing and manufacturing cycles, and they are actually making the arrangement for every people want to ride. Like, they are helping the differently able people to ride by making the modifications in the bicycles and all. So I got a chance to volunteer in that society, and I'm a volunteer still in that society, and that's a big huge way of opportunity for me to meet many people, to interact with many people, and to increase my communication and my interpersonal skills with the other people. That's a great opportunity for me. And the DMU is organizing many other extracurricular opportunities, like they are providing some the university is providing many career and other workshops in the DSU and the auditoriums, and there are also some online portals and online service providing through the DMU website. That's a great opportunity for every student in DMU.
Okay, thank you, Prince. I don't think we've had any more questions coming in. So unless there's anything else you'd like to add, Richard or Prince, I think we'll bring the live stream to a close there. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I'd encourage you to go off and check out some of the other live streams that we've got going on and make the most of the information that's available. If you do want to get back in touch with us, there's lots of ways you can do that on the website. So there's options to chat to a student. If you'd like to speak to a specific academic about the course you're interested in, again, please get in touch and we can arrange that for you. So it's been lovely chatting with you all, and hopefully we'll see you on campus soon. Thanks very much, Richard and Prince, for your help. And yeah, bye, everyone.
Very welcome. Bye-bye now.